out of water day, creating rapids. Pretty cool. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bonjour, hola, ciao for the vet, and guten tag to my foreign friends. Today we're going to be looking at this cool knife here. I love this style, swayback style of jackknife. These are from England, and Lockwood Brothers produced them. Of course, they're not the only ones that produce this style of knife, but this is a very popular style of knife in England back in the 1800s, and it continues to be a very popular style today. And so let's look at this really nice knife here. Just beautiful. It is 4 1/8 inches long, and that's 10.3 centimeters. Single blade, as I said, sway back. Put that down in your hand like that. The blade does not seem to be the proper size for this knife. You can see the blade to handle ratio is kind of off a little. That's not because the blade is been broken or anything like that. It's just the way these knives were made. You can see how the spacer right here takes up that extra space. Makes it a strong little knife when you have that back spring like that that wraps around. You can see down inside there. Blade is fashioned really nice, and you can see this is the trademark real knife Pampa. Pampa is kind of ostrich type animal from South Africa, and this is the maker of the knife, Lockwood Brothers, Sheffield. You can see this is the primary trademark CX, and that is a they call it across the L is what that's supposed to be. And the CX mark is pretty old. The original Lockwood had that trademark assigned to it. Later, they put the crossed L in it, and around 1862, they had to add this onto the blades because of German counterfeiting. So the Germans were counterfeiting this trademark, and so they added that real knife Pampa trademark onto their knives. This is really what makes them recognizable. As you can see from the tank stamp, it would be, it doesn't have England on it. It would be a pre-1890 knife. But you can also see that this is a pretty new bone on here. You see that? And so this handle could have been replaced. But I don't think the handles have been replaced. Around the 1950s in England, a bunch of old knife parts were found, and in different areas too, different companies. And companies just decided to use those and put those knives together. So this blade right here, I believe, is pre-1890. I think that blade was produced before the 1890s, and they just cleaned it up and they put it into a knife in the 1950s. That's what I believe the deal on this is. And if you look, you can see that the pin work is not the greatest on this. You see how that's kind of oblong. This one's not real good. See that? That's kind of oblong. This one's not real good. So it's not just one pin, it's multiple pins aren't real good. And the other thing is the back spring doesn't seem to fit real well. So those are not really gaps. You can't see light through there, but it's just like it doesn't really fit the knife. And I think that's exactly what happened is they found these parts and they put them together to make a knife. So Lockwood in it, is a fairly old, dating back to the 1820s, fairly old company. They were pretty successful. They made a pretty good knife. I have some other original Lockwood knives that are older, and but by the early 1900s, Lockwood was failing, and it was one of the companies that was taken into that British manufacturing company um, to try to make them more profitable. So all these companies cooperated in a consortium, and Joseph Elliott and company was in charge of trying to bring these guys back and help them out, but it failed anyhow. And in 1927, Joseph Elliott just acquired the company. The company went bust. Joseph Elliott acquired the trademarks, and eventually Joseph Elliott was bought out in 1972. So by W.D. Slatter. You may have heard of Slatter knives. Um, so, I think this knife was probably produced around the 50s or 60s from old parts that were found in factories. Pretty cool. I just love this design. And I like this blade too. Warncliffe style blade. Good EDC blade. Get really precise cutting on there. Alright, just a quick video on a cool old knife. Hope you guys appreciate the video. And I really appreciate you guys for watching them and giving me the support. Remember, you'll know the truth will set you free.